People or men in the second stage, they go towards the journey of seeking love and communion. They stop seeking freedom through materialistic ways. Now they go into seeking freedom through love and communion. Why? Because love and communion are non-tangible. Love and communion are internal solutions. Love is not external. It's expressed externally, but it's built internally. So they usually think and they usually feel that if I can cultivate love within myself, if I can cultivate communion within myself through meditation, through martial arts, through breath work, or what they call pranayam, they basically start by integrating their feminine side. They're basically trying to find an internal solution to their internal problem. And love is the solution. Love is the answer. Love is the key. How many people have been told this? People are singing it for you in their songs. Jakiwa is singing for you in his songs that love is the key. Rasta people are saying that love is the answer. If you want to heal internal wounds, love is the answer. And love can only be built from within you. You can build love inside yourself because love is natural. Hate is taught, but love is natural. The very fabric, fabric of creation is love. The very fabric that this universe was created in is love. So love is nature. Love is natural. God is love. So what this particular person does is he starts focusing on ways that he can put love within himself. What I'm trying to say is this particular person tries to find solutions of how he can put God within himself. What this person is basically trying to do is he's trying to make a home for love within his heart, within his essence, within his spirit, within his soul. He's trying to make a room for love. He's trying to make a room for God, because he said God is love. He's trying to make room for divine love to come and settle within him and fill the void that he has. Within him. Divine love and divine communion is what fills that particular void within him. And what happens to this particular man? He starts embodying his feminine aspects as well. He starts embodying his feminine aspects. And, basically what happens even in his relationship is that when he starts embodying his feminine aspects, his girlfriend or his wife has to assume masculine aspects or masculine, characteristics in order to bring balance in this particular relationship of a second stage man who has now integrated his feminine side. The woman now has to act like a man. The woman now has to take the masculine aspect of the food chain. Now you'll find in this particular man's relationship, the woman is the one who's calling the shots. And the man is usually okay and fine with it, because we also discussed that this second stage man is wholeheartedly seeking a 50-50 relationship. He wants balance. In order for a particular relationship to balance, one of you, regardless if you're male or female, one of you has to have the masculine traits and one of you has to have the feminine traits. And the second stage man usually embodies female traits. And in order for this relationship to balance, then the feminine has to have masculine traits in order for it to balance. Let me take you back to high school. Let me take you back to physics. We usually used to say in the law of magnetism that unlike poles attract, but poles which are similar repel, right? So it's the same application. When you have masculine energy and masculine energy in the house or in that particular relationship, it repels. One of you has to embody feminine energy, and one of you has to embody masculine energy for that relationship to even balance. Say spiritual knowledge. One of you has to have the feminine traits, and one of you has to have the masculine traits. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make the man gain back his masculine traits, and I'm trying to teach the woman to gain back her feminine traits. So the second stage man is a man who is seeking to fill a void, and the only way that void can be filled is through love. And in this particular journey, he ends up embodying feminist or feminine characteristics. And so in his relationship, if the woman also remains in her feminine particular standard, that relationship will not be intimate. What I'm trying to say is, these people will be friends, they'll not be lovers. They might stay in the same house, but they will not be lovers. They'll be roommates. An unbalanced relationship, that's how it looks like. When you have a man and a woman in the same house, but both of them have feminine characteristics, the intimacy, the passion that is usually present dissipates. Or look at your relationships. If you're a lady who has ever dated a man who has feminine type of characters, you guys are not that passionate, and probably you fell off very easily. And vice versa also is same. If you're a man and you and you dated King Kalala, utanipea saa ngapi? Steve, HaXans, utanipea leo, mimi nataka leo. Hey. You're in the same bed with bro. You're snoring, she's snoring. You're drooling, she's drooling. And that's why even look at gay relationships. Even in gay relationships, one has to be the man, one has to embody feminine characteristics, and another one has to embody masculine characteristics. You might have the same gender, but in order for that relationship to work, one of you has to be the masculine and one of you has to be the feminine. Now, what is happening in our relationships nowadays is that our men who are stuck in stage 2 are feminine, and they're going for women who are also feminine. So they end up in the friend zone. We might have sex once or twice, fine, but it's not passionate, it's not intimate, it's fucking, it's shagging. It's what dogs and cows do. You know, it's mating. What you're doing is mating. I can tell you from my personal experience. I've had girlfriends who they know I was the alpha. They knew I used to bark. When I say jump, they tell me how high. They know themselves. They might not admit it, but they know themselves. And these relationships worked, and they were passionate. And even though they were not long lasting, and they might have fallen off for one reason or the other, we had passion. That particular time that we had with each other, it was golden. It was golden. We had fun. It was passionate. You felt it. I know you did. You craved it. Because at that particular time I was the man, and I had masculine traits. and I had embodied my masculine traits. And you as a woman, you had also known your place and embodied your feminine spiritual traits, and you stayed in your feminine form and I stayed in my masculine form. And because we had balance, unlike poles attracted, and we had the best times of our lives. I know the ending might not have been pretty, but as we said earlier, the ending is part of self-realization. The toxic ending was part of self-realization. Even on my end, the women who left me, and I felt heartbroken in one way or the other. When I was a Peter Pan, like many of you are Peter Pans, I was heartbroken, bro. I was heartbroken. But it showed me something about myself. And many of these are about to come in your life. Don't think this thing will be flowers and rainbows, bro. A lot of challenges, a lot of obstacles. Are you ready to deal with them? Are you ready to be a man? Are you fierce? Are you strong to be able to deal with these moments when they do come? Or are you just here to listen to me rant and talk? Because me, when I start talking, bro, I can talk all day. When I start talking, I can talk all day. So, are you really here to build your character, to be somebody? Or are you just here to hear my voice and, I know I have a good voice. That's why I'm doing a podcast. Some people pay me to do voiceovers for them. So, for sure, I know the voice is a factor. They don't need to tell me that twice. But are you gaining anything from this? And my question to you is, a time might come when you will face challenges. And I've already given you a heads up. I've already told you that these challenges or these obstacles are not there to show you that you're weak. They're there to show you that you have more room for improvement, that you have somewhere that you need to correct. And that is what self-realization is. And our relationships have given us character development in this Kanairo. God damn. They have given us character development, character development in this Kanairo. But you know what? That character development, it grew us. It taught us something about ourselves. And you have to realize that even this is part of spiritual awakening. Because life experiences are part of spirituality. You have to realize spirituality is not religion. Do not confuse the two. Spirituality is a way of life. Religion is a doctrine, it's rules and regulations. Spirituality is a way of life. Every day you wake up in the morning, you are living. And if you are living, then you are a spiritual thing. You're a spiritual being. So spirituality is a way of life. I'm not selling you a religion. I do not want you to convert into anything. I do not want you to form a cult around my name. No. That's not the purpose of this. The purpose of this is just to show you that your life experiences were not a coincidence. They were not an accident. I'm trying to show you that you are not a fucking accident. I'm trying to show you that you remember the days when you used to crave money? You were supposed to pass through that stage. You remember the days when you used to crave sex? You were supposed to pass through that stage. Because if you were not that puny Peter Pan, you could not be the person that you are today. That's what I'm trying to pass through you. That you can grow and become better. And that's why I said earlier that from the darkness comes the light. From the darkness comes the light. Written in the Bible that God commanded the light to come from the darkness. He said, "Let there be light." And from the darkness emerged the light. And so on and so forth. That from our dark experiences, from our toxic experiences, from those dark moments, from being a Peter Pan, from being a stage 1 person who only craves materialistic things, we were supposed to pass through that stage in order for us to arrive to this particular point where you're sitting somewhere listening to me, hopefully taking notes.